Welcome in, everyone. Tonight's video, we're going to do a brief recap. This is a trade idea that was posted in Discord, actually, but still want to kind of give a brief review on it, kind of show everybody how I found the entry and all that, and go over the contract price movement and overall Disney's movement. So, try to make this quick and short, make it simple for everybody. So let's get started. So again, here's our call out. Again, this was Discord, so I don't have anything on Twitter to show anybody like an actual post, but anyone in Discord can vouch for it that this was called out. Obviously, no editing or anything. So that was the trade idea for Disney. We were looking at the 89.90 call less than 89.25. So let me take this down and we're gonna look at the chart and the contract movement now. So here is our target. So 89.25 again was the entry, and this is a great example too of how IV works. So we see Disney open up and a huge sell off. Nobody is thinking to get calls right now. And where we stop, and again, I'll show everybody kind of on the bigger chart how I found this entry too. But we hit this, call it a brick wall, and we stop, and then we come up a little. Well, the IV for calls comes back a little bit, so you're not getting that full, like the puts, when everybody's like, oh, puts, Disney's going down. Well, it stopped and it's like, oh, well, maybe it's coming up. So this is a great example of how IV works. And I can't really show it here, but if we would have even just chopped around this 89.42, moving up just 20 cents, those contracts would be going up in price still. So can't really show that with this one because it obviously went up right away, but we'll keep going here. So here was our entry at 846, and I mean this was an easy, very simple, easy trade. We came up, and I mean we were up in the 90s the whole day. I mean this is a easy winner for everyone. So let me delete this. And another tip I like to kind of tell people is, especially for my watch list, if you're waiting for that entry, because I know we had a couple people in Discord today too that actually said they missed it. So what my recommendation always is I like to set two alerts. Set one, I mean, and this varies stock to stock because something like Nvidia is gonna move a lot more than something like Disney that's only 90 versus 459. I mean, you look at Nvidia today. I mean, just this one candle alone, 447 to 440, a dollar candle. Like, this is where you kind of need to use, I'd say, common sense a little bit. Kind of how much does the stock move in a day? How much can it move, and how fast does it move? So what I like to do, I'll set an alert like with Disney. I mean, and it doesn't have to be exact. Like I could have set it at 89.50, but I like to set it like 30, 40 cents. Gives me enough time to queue up the contracts and all that stuff over here. So again, this was our entry here, and we came up, sized out a little bit here. Actually, this is where I closed most of my positions. So then, I mean, we came back up, and just kind of sat here. So that was the overall movement on Disney. And now let's look at the contracts. So again, the call outs were 89 and 90 call. So, and we triggered at, so again, I'm Central Time for those who want to go back and check their charts to match everything up. And everything on my watch list is a weekly unless specified. So these would have been 7, 14, 89, 90 calls. So here is our trigger again, 8:46 Central Time. So let's remember that here. So start with the 89 call and get to the right date. So here is our 8:46. So you get in around 70, 77-ish. Maybe if you get lucky, you get a better fill around 68. But look at the contract price. All the way, we'll say 70. All the way up to 189 for the high of the day. And Again, you're not going to exit at the peak. I mean, I exited around this 108. That's a great return right there already. But I mean, if you leave runners or use trailing stops, you can secure more of the profit. If you exit at the top, great. If not, I mean, it's very rare to exit at the top, but I do like to talk about the full range of the trades. So, but I mean, again, very easy trade. 70 all the way up to 189. So these ran about, I mean, the max return was 170% on the 89s. Now let's look at the 90s. So your 90 calls, and again, that 846. So here's your 845. Get in around, I mean, the low was 27. You get in around 27 to 30-ish. I mean, again, look at this. Just straight up. And again, you probably would have sized out in here a little bit because this is a big drop from 50 all the way to 42. That's an 8-cent drop. So this would have probably hit a lot of stops for people. But coming up, I mean, 20, we'll say, let's go with 28 here, make it a little higher. So 28 all the way up to 101 was the high of the day. That's a 260.71% return. Again, very easy trade ideas. And again, look how precise this is. This is not that get calls here, get puts here. No, we're looking for precise entries, directional, precise entries. Because anybody can say, oh, I I you made money on puts here and you could have made money on calls here. Well, you're not going to lose because something's going to go up or go down in the same day. But I mean, I'm more of a directional person, so you're looking for that one direction for that. So that's kind of the recap on Disney. But let's look at the chart on how I actually found the entry here. So what I like to do is I always start out on the day chart, kind of take a peek at what's going on here. So I see this nice little consolidation area. And then I'll bump it down kind of 1 hour time frame. And I do have this on here. So should be, so the 89.25 again was the entry. So you'll see how this line starts to match up with everything, even on that 1 hour candle. Good support, good support, good support, good support, good support in here. So, and then I'll always bump down more. So, because I trade on the 1 minute candle for those who don't know. So again, another 15 minutes. I mean, here's your bottom, here's your trigger today. Pretty much, I mean, a little off, but I mean, pretty close. But I mean, you see your support here. You got good support here. Good support in here as well. And I'm always, when I'm looking too, I'll show everybody more on the 1 minute chart when I get there, but I mean, you have good support here. Good support along in here. So, I mean, this is kind of what I'm doing when I'm trying to find my entries. And let's move to the 1 minute chart. Nobody wants to sit and watch me go through 10 different time frames. But when I'm looking for entries, I'm looking for not just like support. Like, let's see. So like I wouldn't be looking for just this right here. I'm looking for spots where there's buying coming in as well. So you have nice buying there, nice buying there, nice buying there. And I can't go up more because I'm cheap and don't have that. But let me move this back over. So, I mean, you have good buying pressure there, buying pressure there. So, I mean, it takes a lot of time to kind of figure this out. You start doing this for a while, you'll start seeing things. But again, there's that perfect bounce today, right back up. So, I mean, and again, learning to chart, you need to do it, but again, with this, I was looking at the unusual whales flow too, so I like to match up the flow with the charts. But kind of everything, I mean, it takes time, and I do like with some of the supports and stuff. Like somebody's probably going to ask, how come you didn't go with 89, 87? Well, when I'm looking to risk, I'm looking for that 2-to-1 reward ratio. So I'll be more conservative on my entries, but then you have these very nice plays like this that are not stressful, and you're not sitting there, oh, is it going to go back up? Like if you would have got in here at 89.88, let me just put this in here, like 89.88, this is a stop out at 10%. This is a stop out. And then you would have came up, stopped out again, but then this one would have made up for it. So you would have had two 10% stops, but then make up for it there. But again, it takes time to learn entries, and it's different for every day, every stock, different contracts. So it does take time, but otherwise, I just kind of wanted to give everybody the recap on Disney, and this is probably going to be a public video as well too, just so people can kind of get a good idea of that. But otherwise, that is all I have for everybody tonight. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Talk to everyone soon.